for the love of family. My mom had told me before that the most important thing for her was people. I think if you really talk to her, she would say family is the cream on the top of that glass of milk. It was the most important thing to her. Of course, there are disparities that exist in families, but one I don't think can deny the importance of family. In fact, Michael J. Fox was quoted as saying, family is not an important thing, it is everything. However, even with that, it begs the question, what would you do for the love of family? When my dad died in 1999, he passed away then, and my siblings and I lost a father. My mom lost a husband, and she also lost a caregiver. If you remember from my previous speeches, my mom was in a wheelchair. In '99, she must have been there almost 50 years in a wheelchair. She was very active still, though. She was about 70 at the time. But she was very able to do most everything, but there were certain types of caregiving that was given. With my father's passing, it was time to think about where would she move. So with that, my wife and I were thinking about moving anyway at that time, and she needed to move, so she sold her house. My wife and I sold our house, and we bought a house and built an addition off the back, and it was designed for her. And basically, if the doors are wide enough and the ramp's there to get in, and the countertop level's there, and the bathroom arrangement is fine, she's pretty much good. There's still some care elements that needed to be given, but we took that as an opportunity to provide that for her. And with major changes with the death in the family, that was one example of change. Another change that occurred was that my mom started using an electric chair. She used a manual chair for about 50 years, which is good because you get the exercise, but also as she was aging and less mobile with her husband passing away, she got an electric chair, which is great. There's pros and cons, right? So manual chairs are nice. You can collapse it, put it in the back of a car or a van, and move on. With an electric chair, it's great because you can move as a car. I mean, those things clip along, especially for close locations. So she'd go downtown and local shops and things like that. But if you're trying to get somewhere else through a car, it's hard. You can't collapse it. It's very bulky and hard to move around. So what we had was the electric chair, but things kind of came to a head again because around that time, my siblings and I started going to a retreat center type thing, which was handicapped accessible, and we thought, that'd be great, Mom, if you could come too. So we had to start thinking about how are we going to deal with the chair situation. She really loved the freedom of an electric chair, but the collapsibility of the manual chair was still a problem. So with that, being the solution-oriented type of person I am, I had an idea. I thought, I know how to handle this. So I sat down with my mom that fall evening. I usually go up there in the fall, and I said, Mom, I have a great idea. I know how to do this. On the back of the van, we'll install a trailer hitch, and we'll rent a trailer. We'll put the wheelchair in the trailer. We'll be able to get it up there. So she thought about it for a little bit, and then, she had some questions. So her first question was, won't the chair get wet? I thought, well, that's a good point, but I did find a covered trailer, in case it rains, the chair and stuff will be there, under the canopy of the covered trailer. So I thought, okay, we're good, right? So she just wasn't super comfortable still. She had some more questions. So the next question was, but won't the chair move around? And I thought, well, I hadn't thought about that, but I suppose, yeah, we'll strap it down on the inside, maybe pack some luggage around it or what have you, and we'll be good. So I explained that to her, and you could still tell it wasn't comfortable with her. And she had another question. She said, but won't it be dark in there? And even myself, I had to think about that one for a minute. I thought, you got a covered trailer, you got it strapped down. Why would you need a light in there? then it dawned on me. She thought she was going to be in her chair in the trailer as we moved down the freeway. And my image of that came to mind, and I thought, what would that look like? Okay, Mom, it's time to go. You know, wheel yourself onto the trailer. You're strapped in. You'll be fine. We'll strap the chair down, and you know, we'll make sure we latch the back of the thing so you're nice and closed. And my wife and I would go into the van. Is that what she's thinking? And the kids and I would be comfortable in our climate-controlled van. And we could sit there comfortably thinking, well, at least we turned the light on for her before we took off. And then my mind wandered a little bit further. I thought, let's picture it the way she thought it was going to occur. She was going to be on a flatbed trailer, not strapped down. And I can just see her. She'd put on her little bonnet, she'd strap herself into the wheelchair, and she'd sit there, tight as can be, just barreling down the freeway. Hum of traffic is all around you, 70 miles per hour, and
Oh my gosh.
you just see in her eyes as maybe somebody's pulling up next to her, and she'd wave. I'm going to see my family. So the discussion came back. I came out of that trance, thinking about all those things, and I said, Mom, I have no intention of putting you in the back of the trailer while you're in the wheelchair. I wouldn't do that, you know. And she said, oh. And she kind of chuckled. And she said, I was afraid of getting cold back there. I never looked at my mom again the same way for a lot of reasons, just how funny that is to think that she would think that I would do that.
Right.
But also I thought, wow, you would do that for your family? Just to be able to see her, you know, her remaining kids and the family? And I think maybe you can think about that too. For instance, if you happen to be going to a family reunion or going to see family this summer, this fall, and if you miraculously see my mom strapped to a open bed trailer and she's
Right.
you know, they're sitting there, and she comes up, and you can just look at her and say, I'm going to see my family too. And she'd wave back. And I think the main thing is, it makes you think, what would you do for the love of family? Thank you.